Welcome to another week of the DealDriven app call. Hanging out with your boy Barry here, along with my trusty sidekick, Chloe Long. What's up, Chloe?
Hey, Barry.
All right, all right. What's going on, everybody? Is everybody having a good week so far?
Yep.
Yeah. All right, Carlos. Thank you for that. Yeah. Let's see who's over there in King D. All I see is a lounging chair and whatever. Okay. Uh God, what's happening, sir? How you doing today?
Not bad. How are you?
Doing fantastic, fantastic. Jeremiah Jones, what it do? Everything good? Marsha Fuller, John, who else? Yeah, I was looking for somebody in particular. You remember I called you about Ruth?
Yes.
Yeah, I was working with her and I told her to get on this call because she didn't have her deal driven app set up. But there were some other things going on, so I was trying to help her get her stuff together. But that's all good. So looks like we're getting a whole bunch of people in here today. Hey, Marsha Fuller, what's going on? All right, all right, all right. Yeah, I might have to start doing this call on my other device because this thing is moving awful slow. All right, guys. So for all you people who have the Deal Driven app, congratulations. I hope you're enjoying it. I hope you're using it. I know you got some questions. And so this is what this call is going to be about, is answering your questions on the Deal Driven app. For those of you who haven't tried the Deal Driven app yet and you're jumping on here for the first time, just want to make sure that you know that you can try the Deal Driven app out for free, 7-day free trial. Try it out and see how you like it. And if you love it, it's $49 a month there afterwards. Miss Chloe put the link in the chat. It's down there. So if you can see the chat, you can just click on that link and sign up, and boom, you are in there. For those of you who do have the Deal Driven app, appreciate you guys still keeping it and maintaining it. As you know, things change in real estate all the time. I mean, things are changing and growing and growing. So, like I told you guys last week, and it just got, reiterated to me this week, that we will be introducing some parts of AI into the Deal Driven app, particularly. Wait a minute. She says she's still waiting, so I don't know if she's in there or not. I don't see her.
I don't see her.
Yeah, I don't think she's in the right spot. But anyway, um, when it comes to the the AI, the creator of the Deal Driven app, Ben, told me that, hey, I got this thing working and humming where it's actually, sending out text. It's also searching properties and creating lists. I don't know how that's going to work, but he's assured me that it's going to make things a lot easier for everybody. But so just keep tuned in. I don't know when it's going to be officially released. I know they're doing testing right now. And generally when they're doing the testing, it's not that far out from it being released to everybody. So keep that little nugget there tucked away, and you'll see in a couple of weeks, probably maybe a month, where the Deal Driven app is going to go automated. Okay. Um, yeah, I don't see nobody in here. I don't see her in there. I wonder if I gave her the wrong link. It might have been my bad. Mm-hmm. Okay. If I text you her contact, can you send it to her?
I can.
Okay. Hold on a minute, guys. I gotta make sure she gets on because she's not getting it per se. So just give me 1 second and bear with me. Share contact. I just sent it to you.
Thank you. I'll send.
Thank you.
Bye.
Yep. Make sure she knows that. All right, sorry about that. All right, so DealDriven app. Does anybody have any questions right away? Anything you want to know about the DealDriven app? I can't hear you, Ruth. You have to unmute yourself if you got questions.
I haven't used it yet, but I will soon.
Oh, what are you waiting on?
I'm getting started.
You're getting started. All right. Okay. So on this call, I'll probably just go over the basics again. So since we're just getting started, you know, a lot of times we give stuff out and people they see it, but they don't see it. And so sometimes, you know, repetition is one of the keys to success, guys. If you're doing it over and over and over again, eventually you're going to get it. And it's sort of like muscle memory. You guys ever been driving, you know, the same way home for the last year? And then sometimes you driving and then you wake up, you're like, hey, how did I get home? I don't remember going. I don't even know how I got home. It's because of muscle memory. And so your body can drive on autopilot. So it's just the same principle. So you go ahead and
¿Cómo a qué hora se dijo, Luis, que van a ir al doctor?
Como a la 1.
Oh,
got it. Thank you. All right. Can everybody see my screen? DealDriven app. Cool. You know, let me minimize that because I don't need to see myself. All right. So, and if you got questions, make sure you ask questions, okay? Because any question, the only stupid question is the one you don't ask, and we want to be able to answer your questions while we're on this call. All right. So, with the DealDriven app, this is what we call the dashboard right here. I know you guys have seen this before. I know you heard it before, but I just want to make sure that everybody knows this is the central location. When you open up your DealDriven app and you actually, you know, log into it, it opens up to the dashboard. Okay. And so on the dashboard, this is where everything goes down. This is where you can go to every part of the DealDriven app, the things that you need to do. And also you can do some quick stuff on here. Up here are the same. These icons represent these down here, except for the question mark. The question mark is where all the training is. So if you ever feel like, okay, I don't know how to pull a list, or I don't know how to skip trace, or how to do certain things, all you do is click on the question mark. It's going to open up this window right here, and you're going to watch the onboarding video. Also, you can do view training videos. And when you click on it, it actually takes you to our YouTube channel, which is DealDriven on YouTube, or DealDriven at YouTube. Just type in DealDriven, it'll pop up. You'll see all the training videos and the tutorials are there as well. Also, you can get a Get Guided Tour. Now, this is a feature that hasn't been used a lot, but it'll walk you through certain things while you're on the app, and it'll say, do this, do that, do this, and it'll take you here, take you there. So you can always use that as well, okay? And then you have your lead building search, which lines up with this one right here. This is where we create lead lists. You know, you can create your list, like your pre-foreclosures, your vacant properties, your tired landlord list. All those things are created there. And then you have the point and click, or which I call it the driving for dollars. Okay, that's what you're going to use for driving for dollars. Also, just to, look up a property if you're looking for one. And then you have this enter any US address or location. This is just like a little quick, so you don't have to go into none of these. You can just put an address in there. It's going to take you right to where you want to go. So if I just typed in 123 Tech Boulevard, it's going to take me directly to where that is. This is actually a commercial property, I can tell, but it shows me on the map exactly where it's at. Okay. And if this was a residential, it would pop up with a property card, but it's not. So you won't see that. Okay. Now, also on your dashboard, we see this right here. It says find cash buyers. All right, guys, I want to just, be transparent with you. This thing right here, this find cash buyers, is not really that great. Okay. It's the data on it is not up to par. And the creators of the DealDriven app know this. And so they're working on it so they can get better up-to-date data. Once it gets put in there, then you will be able to find cash buyers, anywhere. People who bought properties for cash, LLCs or entities that bought properties for cash. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that everybody on here is going to be an investor, but if you click on it and you put in an address, I don't know, I'm just going to see if it'll pull one up. West Cypress Street. What it's automatically going to do is do a search radius of 5 miles of that property or that street address that you put in there or that property. And it's going to show me over here people who purchase properties for cash. Okay. And it's going to have the dates. And as you can see, a lot of these are just, dates from way back when. And like I said, the data is kind of outdated, but some of these may be active. We don't know, but they haven't bought anything recently. And you can always, go over here and see one. This one right here looks like it's a single buyer or maybe an old investor because they've done 2 deals. And they'll tell you how much those deals really were. 3 deals. This one right here, this is an LLC out of Texas. They bought well over 34 deals, and the average deal price was 153. So we knew that they were buying whatever they were buying. That's the average amount of money that they would spend on that. But once they get this thing up to date, it's going to be awesome. Okay. But for now, it's just there. Good. Then you have your marketing campaigns. This is where you do your postcards. You also have your account info. So all of this, and there's some help videos right here. So all of this, actually, I just now realized that this is this. Okay. So so this is your dashboard. So this is everything you need. It's right here. Then you got some boxes here to give you some numbers, how many lists you actually have in your app. If you're doing any mailers, how many it is. If you got credits, if you're utilizing credits to do the instant skip tracing where you use credits to get the information instantaneously, that'll tell you how many you have available in your account. And then you have your monthly quota usage. And it's going to depend on what your limit is on how many leads you can actually pull and how many free skip traces that you could actually get down. I know some of you guys are not with the Partner Driven program. You're from different other organizations. However, this monthly quota will always keep you up to date of what you're doing in the app as far as your leads and if you're doing free skip traces. Okay. Let's see here. Does anybody have any questions? If you do, just open up your microphone. That way because I can't see you right now. Nobody? All right. You guys got to make this a short.
Real
Yeah,
quick,
go ahead.
man.
I have a
yes, sir.
question. This is Desiree.
All right, hold on. Thomas
Anthony?
first,
Yeah.
Yeah, you go first and then the other lady.
On those,
Go ahead.
on your skips, what is the actual? I know what they do with like credit. What is the actual cost actually going to be? You know, if you did it by
Yeah,
dollar.
so if you're using the credits, it's a third of a credit per
Right.
skip trace. So basically it's just for every credit that you utilize, you can do 3 properties. You can skip trade three properties for their email address, owner information, and property location. Or phone number, excuse me.
Okay.
Okay. And then the other lady, what was your question?
Hi, this is Desra. Well, it's 2 questions. Number 1 is how do you get credits? Because on my app, everything shows 0 because I just register. And the second one is the number 1 is how do you get credits? And the second one is what is free and what is it that we get charged for?
Got you. So to answer your first question, to get credits in your app, when you're on the dashboard, there's 2 places you can go. You can go over here to these 3 lines, which is called I call it the hamburger stack. And if you click on it, you can go down to my account, scroll down to payment method. And if you have which you should, either a debit or a credit card right here, you just click on buy credits. And when you click on buy credits, you just do the drop down menu and then you buy how many you want. And it gives you the price. Okay. The other place you can go, if you're on your dashboard, if you go over here to your name or email, and you go to my account, slide down the payment methods, it's going to take you to the same spot. Okay. With the free, if you're a part of our partnership, if you're part of DealDriven partnership, the partners actually get the opportunity to do free skip tracing. But you got to be a part of the partnership to do that. And that basically gives you 1,000 free skip traces per month. They don't roll over. You can't stack them or nothing like that. You use 1,000 or you don't use 1,000. Let's say you use 500 for the month. Well, when the next month comes up, it just goes back to 1,000. If you use all 1,000 of yours on the first day, then you have to wait a whole month before it resets back to 1,000. But that's for people who are in the different program to partner-driven program. If you're not a partner, I don't think the other programs that actually promote this and sell it, I don't think they give you that option. If I'm correct, is that correct, Coley?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, all right. So Decta, is it Dectera or what was your name again?
Desira. And
Desira.
when does the month start? Is it the first or when I sign up?
It's always going to be the first of the month.
Thank
So
you.
like, let's say if you sign up today, it will be 1,000 if you were a partner. Then if you don't use them all, it's just going to roll back over to 1,000 on the first of the month.
Wonderful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is Jeremiah. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
First of all, how you doing? And second,
Fantastic.
the partnership program. How much is that?
That's something that if you want to know, you have to just click on the link. I don't know if you got a link for that, Chloe. If not, if you just go to partnerdriven.com, you can actually click on there and somebody will talk to you about it. On this call, we don't talk about that.
Okay, no problem. Now, the other
Yes,
question is, I noticed when you get a readout on a property, some of them that's marked with auctions, they have old auction dates. Is that
Yes.
auction from the past, or is that when the auction was done or when the house was moved over to the county? I'm kind of confused.
Yeah. So that's a great question. And matter of fact, let me pull one up later. A new version is available later. Let me go to and pull a list because it's always going to have this on there. So, like, where do you live at?
I'm in Michigan. I'm in Michigan, and I'm looking at Texas and Tennessee,
Well,
Georgia.
I mean, I know you're Michigan. Where?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Detroit?
Right outside of Detroit. You might as well say Detroit. I'm in Warren, Michigan.
I know where it's at. I've been there.
48092. That'll give you the whole area. Yeah.
Well, I'm just gonna pull it like this, and because I'm just basically pulling a list. That's all I'm gonna do. So if I continue, I do pre-foreclosures. Okay. Right now, it's telling me there's 1,600 plus pre-foreclosures within a 13-mile radius, and they're all single-family residents. So if I actually just go to the list, it's going to show me the list, right? And the first one you see is the auction is April the 27th. Now, all the information that we gather from the different sources, generally from the county, and whenever things get changed, the county changes it and we'll see it. But if the county is not up to date with their information, then this is what we're going to get. So you see his last updated 3 days ago, but it's still saying April 27th. So that could mean a couple of things. Number one, anytime a property goes to auction or they're slated for auction, it doesn't mean they went. It might have got postponed. They might have been able to reach out to the mortgage company and, get a loan mod or get a forbearance or something. But we don't know what it is. And they don't always reflect it in the county records. So when you see this, I always tell everybody, even I do this, is I'll still check to verify. I will call them and I'll say, hey, my name is Barry. I'm an investor or I'm a local home buyer. And every day we get a list of properties and your house is on the list that says that it was auctioned off or there was an auction date set for it back in April. Did that actually take place? And then depending on what they say, oh, my home was never on the list or whatever. I said, okay, I bet you've been getting a lot of phone calls and postcards, haven't you? And they're like, yeah, what's that about? I said, well, hey, the county has your house up there and it says it's went to auction. So people are just checking. It's a lot of investors such as myself or a lot of home buyers such as myself that look at these lists. The other thing they may say is, well, yeah, I'm got it taken care of. Oh, great. Do you mind me asking, how you're getting it taken care of? Because I like to try to help people. And if it's something that you're doing that I could pass along to another individual, that would be fantastic. And then they can tell you, well, I did a loan mod. Oh, you have. So how's that been going for you? And that's how you open up to find out what's going on. Because a lot of times when you start talking to people that way, then you start getting more and more information and you may find out that, hey, they may be in the process of doing a loan modification, but it hasn't completed. And if it's taking that long to do the loan modification, that's when you start asking more questions. Well, have you been keeping up with your paperwork? Have you been contacting your rep on a daily basis or on a weekly basis to find out where your file is? Because from my experience, once you initiate the loan modification, they take their time and they kind of push you to the back because they got so many files they got to work through. So if you're not on top of them, then you may be 2-3 months down the road before they even get back to you. By that time, those fees, they pile up. Those late fees, those attorney fees, whatever, they're piling up day by day. So the next thing you know, they say, oh, well, you don't qualify for a loan modification, or they'll wait and push it to the end of the mortgage and add more time onto your current mortgage, right? So you always want to follow up on these. Even though they're saying that they had the auction done, still follow up on them because you never know what you'll run into. That makes sense?
Yes, yes, it does. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Anybody else got any questions?
Yes, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
I'm actually just wondering how I can skip trace homes. I'm kind of new to the app and I'm not exactly sure how to do it.
Oh, great question. No problem. I'll show you how to do that. All right. So let's take this list right here. All right. I'm not going to take all of them. I'm just going to do one. Let's do I'll do 10. Now, if you were going to do the entire list, all you simply would have to do is do the check mark right here and it will select all the properties, but I'm only doing 10. So I'll go here, I'll add it to a list. I'll call this a new list. I'm going to call it the Detroit test. Is that how I'm going to spell it? Detroit. I think I spelled it right.
Yes, you got it right.
Test 3, 4. All right. Now, when you're doing these lists, right, make sure you always, if you got multiple lists in there, always click this box right here so you don't get doubles, right? This is exclude any properties that are already in the existing list. Since this is a new list for me, I'm not going to click on it. So I'm going to click on confirm. It's going to do its processing. And then I'm going to wait and it's going to say go to list. So now I'm going to go to that list. All right. So when you get a list like this is what it's going to look like. Either it's going to be in card view, like I have it right now, or it's going to show up in what we call list view. It's the same information. It's just a different way. Me personally, I like the card view. Some people may like the list view. If you want to toggle between the two, that's right up here. Now, I want to skip trace these. So typically when you're skip tracing, you're going to do the entire list. But I'm going to show you the 2 skip traces for those of you who are partners with Partner Driven. If you're new, you don't know how to do this. And I'm going to show you the free version, and I'm going to show you how it is with everybody else when you do the credits and everything. So if you're going to do the entire list, you just simply check the box right here. It's going to tell you all are selected. And then you choose the skip trace that you need to use. Okay. In this situation, I'm only going to do the first, 3, and I'm going to do these with the free. So if you're a partner and you got this, you click on free. It's going to go through the little process. Okay. It's going to request free skip traces. I'm going to say yes. And it's going to tell me processed. Okay. When you have the free, this will turn yellow. That means it's processing. It takes generally 24 or 48 hours, sometimes a little bit longer to get the information, and you're only going to get phone numbers. So that's why it's free. It just takes a little longer. To do the instant skip trace, which I like to do, because I'll undo these since I already did them. You go over here to owner, email, lookup. That little lightning bolt means instant. So when I click on it, it's going to say I have 7 properties. Skip trace is going to tell me it's going to consume 1/3 of a credit for each one. It's going to tell me how many credits I have. And it's also going to tell me how many credits it will use at most. And when it means at most, what happens is, if you read this little line down here, please note, each skip trace consumes 1/3 of a credit only. If an email address, a phone number, or a confirmed owner mailing address is verified or returned. So if it returns one or all three of those, any one of those combination, it's going to actually charge you for the credit. If it doesn't return anything, then you don't get charged for it. It doesn't charge against your account. So when I click on yes, it's going to tell me, blah, blah, blah. It's running in the background. I'll say, okay. And then what I can do to see what I got is just click on the refresh and boom. All right. So I got phone numbers. I got email addresses for some of these, and your phone numbers will be right here. Drop down menu, and then you'll see this is a cell phone. So you can call it, you can text it. These right here are landlines. Okay. And then you can also send emails if you choose. This is the email right here, and this one's right here. And this information is what's out there in public records that's associated with the property owner's name. Now, again, I have to keep reiterating this. All this information is public records. And where we get our information from, that information company feeds us what they get. And so if their information is not, if the information they're getting is maybe a little bit inaccurate, then it means the information that we get for these are inaccurate. So when you're doing your skip tracing, guys, just remember, you're probably going to get a lot of numbers that may be disconnected or not working, or it may be somebody else because how people change their cell phone numbers around a lot. Right now, I noticed that I got a cell phone number that I've had since I left California, and somebody else has got that same number in California because I was getting some rando text like, "Hey baby, when you gonna come to the house?" Like, what? So that was not me. So that's gonna happen. However,
Yeah. So my question is, why is DealDriven not providing all the numbers on a package, and instead of having to pay for something that we know already that percentage-wise are not going to be good?
Well, the first thing is that any provider that you're getting, when you're doing software like this or any other program, they all get their numbers from a data provider. We're not a data provider. We just provide an application where you get this information. We get this information from other sources. Okay. We have two sources that we get these numbers from. The ones that do the credits, they're generally pretty good, and it's really pretty decent. The free comes from another source because it's less expensive. So we utilize that. Now you can get some numbers there that work, and you get some that don't. But you also get other people who are assigned those numbers. And this is where I was going to go with this. Even if it's not the person you're calling. Let's say I'm calling and I'm looking for, let's see, Miss Evans. And I call and I say, "Hey, this is Barry, local home buyer. I'm looking for Miss Evans." And it's like, "Hey, I don't know Miss Evans. She don't live here." "Oh, I apologize. I'm sorry. This is what I got, the number. I'll make sure I make a note of that. But before I leave or before I hang up, do you or anybody have a property that you may be looking to sell? I'm a local home buyer. And if you know of somebody and you refer them to me and we actually make a deal, then when I do actually close on it, I'll pay you a referral fee. I generally pay a referral fee of about $500. So if you save my number and you're looking around and you see somebody who's looking for a property, just give me a call. That way, you don't have to worry about you got more people out there looking for you. So you could take a bad number and turn it into something good. So never look at a number that's not correct or it's not the right person as a bad number. You got to take your opportunities, because everything that you see in front of you, every property that you see in front of you in your neighborhood is a lead. It's just up to you to find out, number one, do they want to sell? And if they do, you got to find out what they want to sell it for. And that's all that is. So I hope that answers your question.
Thank you. It did answer my question, but I just don't understand. I mean, I want to pay for the lead for that particular property. I understand that we are calling people and our job is to find leads. However, if I'm paying for that particular one, is there a way that we can, like, let's say that I get 20 without good numbers, we can get refunded for that credit or no?
No, you don't get refunded for
Because I don't
credits.
care about others. I care about that one.
Well, that's the thing with you. If you've been, how long have you been doing real estate investing? Or did you just start?
Real estate overall, over 25 years.
Okay. And generally, how did you normally get your leads?
I get the leads through a service that they provide multiple numbers, and some of them are not good. But however, I have access to everything without, and it's just a number thing. The more I call, the more I have access to. However, that's what I'm saying. This is driven to this property, and I don't want to. As an investor, I'm not going to be calling others. I'm calling the ones that I care about, which are these properties that are in this situation. Something that I can purchase. Thank you.
Got you. Yeah, I got you. So, as you know, I mean, like you just said, some of those numbers that you got from the other services, they were incorrect, but you just care about if you were out there driving around, right? And you came to this property right here on Hubbard Street. And you sat there after you skip traced it and you started calling because you're right there. So you want to find out, okay, this house looks like it needs some work. Let me call the owner. And they're not there, or at least you don't think they're there. But you're calling and you end up getting another person off of one of those phone numbers that's not correct, or the other two numbers are dead, whatever. But you're sitting in front of that house. The first thing I would do if I wasn't able to get a hold of them, I go knock on the door. If they're not there, I'll leave a note. Also, I would also go from this house, ask them, hey, who lives there? I'm looking at blah, blah, blah. I'll go to this house and ask, hey, who lives there? Blah, blah, blah. If this was a house I really wanted to get and I'm trying to get a hold of somebody, I would do everything, phone call, text, leave a note on the door, do what we call the left-right method, where you knock on the door, neighbor from the left and the right, find out all the information I can and get in contact with them. Because sometimes the phones don't work. And this day and age, a lot of people don't answer their phones, especially a cell phone, if you're not in their contacts. And so you have to use alternative methods as well. I always tell everybody with the DealDriven app, the DealDriven app to me is a property locator tool. That's all it really is to me. If I'm doing driving for dollars, I'm pulling this property out. I don't have to go to a million different places to get information about this. I see stuff right here. The last time it was sold, how much estimated equity they have in the house, the valuation, the last time it was sold. I can go into the property card itself. Okay. I can go in here and get some more information if I need to. Like this one says it's pre-foreclosure. I can get some pre-foreclosure information, what type of document type, what it's under. If I wanted to pull comparables, I click on the comparables to find out how much whatever 3-bedroom house is right there, the average sale price. And so it's enough for me to make an offer. I could call them and say, hey, you know what? I see your house. If you're interested in a cash offer, I can give you one. And I would make a cash offer right in and there based off of what I see. So, I mean, I get what you're saying. But like I said, not everything is 100%. But we do a pretty good job of giving you as much information and as much accurate information as possible.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was a great question, though. Thank you for that. All right. Let's see here.
Jeremiah again. I have a question.
Uh-huh.
Do you hold weekly meetings? Is this a regular weekly meeting or just a special meeting for newcomers?
No, it's a weekly meeting.
So I can attend this meeting weekly. Now, will I get an email letting you know what's going on, or should I put it on my calendar?
Well, you should always put it on your calendar and make sure you got the link saved. Yes.
Okay, so would I get the information that I got today? I just move it up for next week. Same time,
Mhm.
same place? Great.
Same bad time, same bad channel.
Thank you.
You know that one, huh? What is the app to submit a deal? Carlos, who this? Carlos, where you at? Okay, I guess you're not gonna answer me. Bert, Bert Jefferson, you still there? Unmute yourself if you're. I can't see anybody. All I can see is one picture. I don't see you.
Yes, I'm still here.
Okay. You was asking, is there a fee for partners to see a picture of the property on the
Right. You
site?
know, when you're looking at the property breakdown on the side, it has like a little eye that you can press on that, and I think that opens up so you can actually see the property itself.
Got you. So you're talking about the driving view.
Correct.
With strict, yeah. So if you don't have it enabled anymore, like you can click on it here or whatever with those eyes, and I can do Google Street View or driving, so I can see the neighborhood.
Correct.
It used to, for partners, it used to be free, but it started to get expensive because every time somebody would do it, Google would be charging us. So if you
Okay.
want to see the street view, you go to down here to my account, you go to manage offers. What's going on with this thing? Excuse me, optional features, my bad. And you go to virtual view, property search, and virtual driving for dollars. And unfortunately, we had to push it up to $15 because Google kept hitting us with the boom, bloom. Every time somebody would do it, that's a lot of money. So if you want to see that, the virtual drop. But the other thing you can do is just, copy and paste that number into Google, and then you could do the street view from there. Okay.
Right. Okay. I was just curious because I know I used it before and I didn't have to pay, and then I started using it again, and I saw it was asking for $15 fee. That's why I was asking the question.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's what happened.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay. Let's see here. No more questions in the chat.
I have one more
Any-
question because I just noticed that do you have a package? I'm part of the partner driven group. And
Okay.
I know that I have something for free. But my question in regards to marketing, is there something that we already get, or do we have to pay for that as well?
As far as marketing goes,
Yes.
yeah,
I believe she's referring to my marketing campaigns.
Correct.
Oh, right here. Yeah. Yes. So this is what it is. Even though, why do I still got active mail? That's don't charge me. That's why. Anytime you're doing the postcards, they do cost. It's a credit. Okay. Anytime you're doing that, you'll see, if you want to do the whole list or if you want to do individuals, as usual, you click up here for the whole list and you can start direct mail, or you can just do one-offs or whatever. So when you go right here or right up here and start direct mail, it's going to pull up the templates or the postcards, right? And so depending on what you're looking for, you choose that postcard. It says 1.5 credits, but it's only 1 credit. And then you choose it, start the mailer. Yes. Okay. So it turns yellow. It means it's pending. Meaning they took the order, and this is a third party company that mails this out for us. So it took the order. At midnight, it'll mail it out, and then it'll turn green, letting you know that it's in progress. But if you want to take a look at it before you send it out, you do preview your mailer, and once it pops up, you'll see if you have a picture already there, it'll show you the house from here. It'll say the address, yada, yada, yada. It'll have their address name on here. It'll have my contact information on here. And that's that. But yes, it does cost a credit for that. Let me edit this detached mailer. Let me take that off. Okay. All right. Did that answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Where else do I need to go? Let's see. Who all is here? Is Ruth? Did you get on, Ruth? No. Oh. Trying to think of anything else I could show you guys right away that you would need to know.
Question?
Yeah.
I heard several people say app. Is there an app for this, or is it just web-based?
Great question. So we call it the DealDriven app, and it is a web-based app, but you also can go to the Google Play Store and you can download it. You cannot go to the App Store, for iPhone, but you can go to the Google Play Store and do it. And you can download it to your phone, and they'll put an icon on there, and you can, tap on it, and it'll open up. But if you do have an iPhone and you want to have an icon on your home page, if you go to Safari and you type in app.dealdriven.com, it goes to there. And then on the bottom where you press the little three buttons, it can say add to home screen. You can add that icon to your home screen. And every time you touch it, it'll open up the app. Okay. You can do it that way. I simply just leave it, as a saved shortcut for my Google Chrome, because it works best with Google Chrome, not really with Safari or any other browser that you use. So if you don't have the app from the App Store, from Google Play, just save it as a shortcut under your Google Chrome. And all you got to do is open up Google Chrome, touch, boom, and it opens up. Cool. That answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
All right. So let me stop the share. All right. Close. All right. So do we have any questions at all from anybody before we end this particular call right here?
Hey, Barrett,
Yes, sir.
does Deal Driven deal with wholesalers if we get a property from a wholesaler?
All right. Okay, so I'm not going to answer that one on this call. You're a partner at DealDriven, right?
Yes.
Okay, save that for tomorrow. This is supposed to be the DealDriven call.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, we just try to keep it strictly on the
all right.
DealDriven. Yeah.
Got you. Thank you.
Tim? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Anybody else? Nope. Going once, going twice. Sold. All right. I hope you guys got something out of this call. Again, if you have not tried the DealDriven app, you saw it, but you're like, okay, I don't know nothing about this. Let me give it a try. You can try it out for free, 7 days. All you gotta do is click the link in the chat and you can try it out for free, 7 days. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. And if you like it, it's $49 a month. If you happen to be in some other programs, you know, that's what it is. If you happen to be a part of the Partners Driven program, you get this app as a part of the partnership. Okay. You don't have to pay the $49 a month. If you are a partner and you are paying $49 a month, then you need to reach out to DealDriven support or support at DealDriven.com and let them know that you're a partner and you've been billed, and they'll take care of that. Okay. And if you're not a partner and you try to say you're a partner and you send it an email saying, hey, we'll know.
Yeah, I check it. So
Yeah. Chloe, she'd be like, oh, hold up, wait a minute. I don't even see you on the roll. What's up with that? All right. So don't try to play no games. We'll catch you. So, all right, guys, as usual, it's been a great time, great fun. I hope you guys have a great rest of the day, and I will see you next week.